Good day everyone, this is Asghar Khan here, and today I'm gonna discuss about batting mindset with you guys. So if you're struggling mentally and you want to upgrade your game to the next level, this video is for you. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and give us that comment what you think after watching this video. So I'm gonna start with that mindset topic, and it all starts up here in the mind. While whether you're batting, bowling, or fielding, this sport is about 90% mental, 10% the skill, and the other things come into play. First and foremost, it's a massive edge to have a clear mindset, and clear mindset helps you to just simplify your game and take your game to the next level. It's a massive difference between a clear mind and a blank mind. A lot of people talk about see ball, hit ball. I don't want to talk about it, because after playing a delivery, you need to think through what have gone wrong with that delivery. If you played an outswinger down the wrong line, you just missed that one. You need to reflect that I need to play a bit more straighter, make sure that I play under my eyes. So that is the first hour of my batting theory, the 4 hours. One by one I'm gonna reflect on that, and starts off with the number one point. After facing each delivery, you've got to reflect. Okay, for instance, I'm here and I got my trigger in, somebody bowled genuine outswinger offside off stump. I just played down the wrong line, I missed it. Now it's up to me to assess the conditions and the pitch, what kind of plans they have. Might have two slips and a gully for me, so they want to drove me into playing those cover drives and trying to nick me off. So I need to reflect. So point number one, you have to reflect. You may be looking to drive on the up, and this wicket is a little holding up, so you spoon up a catch to cover. So these all sort of things you've got to go through. You can't just bat without that thinking. So you have to do reflection after each delivery you face. You have to reflect and come up with a better plan. And the next thing is very important. So because you're under the pump, you're concentrating, you may be facing 140, 150 at the lead level, or for that matter any level, you've got to have your concentration in place. So after reflecting, then you need to switch off. It's very important to switch off. Then you take maybe a breather, come aside, just switch off completely, and then you come back in, give your spell, because you relax. Now you're coming here at your popping crease, looking to get on with it. The bowler is at the top of the mark. Then you need to reset. Make sure some has guard, or what sort of rituals you have. Maybe someone like Steve Smith going through their rituals, setting everything. That is all part of everyone individual's routine. So you got to then reset. Make sure that you're sharp and you're looking to get on with it. Okay, so you reset, and then it's very important, the last one, refocus. So the whole energy is going to be shifted towards facing that delivery. The great batsmen of any era, they had that ability to just focus at the present moment. Living in the present is all about greatness. If you can't focus on the present and you're dwelling in the past, what has happened, then you're in no man's land. So you have to now reset, and then the last hour of the batting is refocus, really zoning in on that delivery. Whatever your trigger is it the front foot press, or is it the back and across, whatever is your technique, that will be absolutely fine. But make sure that you are really switched on. Get your triggers in, watch the ball closely, and play it right under your eyes, depending on the length. Whether it is just short delivery, you can leave it, you can play the pull shot, whatever it is, but you have to really focus on that delivery, right up that delivery. And for me, what has worked wonders for me over the years, scoring so many runs here, that I work on these four principles: reflect, relax, reset myself, and then refocus. Those 4 hours are absolutely critical. If you can master this skill, and I know that it is going to take a little bit time, but make sure that your next session with your coach or your dad, whatever, or in the backyard you're practicing, make sure you get these things into place. And you start with reflect, then you go relax, again resetting yourself, and the last point is making sure that you are in position, watching the ball closely, and focusing on that delivery. Living in the present can be the most hardest thing for any batsman, but that's the challenge. If you want to be the best in the world and you want to be doing something special and scoring a lot of runs, then you got to get these fundamentals into play. Mentally, it's a massive difference when you have that clear mindset than a blank mindset where you're completely lost and you're thinking about that delivery which gone already and you're dwelling on the past. So you make sure you take those 4 hours, and then you have to live in the present and play your game according to the conditions. As a batsman, you have to work through your brain that what kind of shots I can play on this track, what kind of deliveries the bowler is trying to trap me, whether he's bowling 6 outswinger, watch out that in swinger might want to trap me in front. So all these are things you need to work through the process. And one thing I would like to add as well, apart from that routine of 4 hours, the most important thing is after that you've got to love your process about batting. Batting is about process, not worrying about the results, because results will not determine one day if you score 100. That doesn't mean that you become the best batsman in the world, and next day if you get a first ball duck, it doesn't mean that you're the worst batsman in the world. So you've got to love your process, and it can be challenging because in our society we are so result driven people that everybody will ask you how many runs did you score or how many wickets you have took. So that is the thing, that's the challenge. You got to shut all that noise outside and focus on process that I've spoken to you, the 4 hours. I'm sure if you stick to this and you love your process, you get your preparation in place, more often than not you will come on top. For me, success is about consistency, and the great players have that consistency. There is no one in this world who's gone without that bad patch. The great Brian Lara went to horrible bad patch in the 1998 season in South Africa. You have Sachin going through the bad patch, Ricky Ponting at one stage 59 average and career finished at 52. So modern era, Steve Smith had a tough time of late. Virat Kohli, the greatest in the modern era, had those bad moments where he struggled. So this is all part and parcel of the game. But when you are playing at any level, make sure that you stick to your process, because one day you will get runs, the next day you won't get runs, but that's the time to keep that belief in you that tomorrow I'm gonna score runs. Today is my day. And the great players, I tell you what, the great players, they can turn good days into great days. They will, if they go to 100, they will look to make it 200 or 300. It depends on the format you are playing. Even if you're playing 20-20, you get off to a start 20-30, you want to turn that into 100. So that whole philosophy comes down to the process. The process of batting is so important. You got to be in sync with the process. You got to love the process and not worried about the results. Results is the byproduct. They will come through over and over again through your hard work and playing in that process. You're going to score a lot of runs with a clear mindset, and certainty is the DNA for success. You got to be certain up here in your process. What are you doing? How are you doing it? And then you go out in the game and try to go through these 4 hours. Once again, I'll repeat. At the start, make sure you're ready. When you play a delivery, then you have to reflect. What could have been done a bit better? Should I have played it better? Because you're at the top level, you can't give excuses that I got a good ball. Maybe you got one time good ball, but if keep someone bowling good balls at you, you can't afford to keep nicking off or just missing them, getting wrapped on the pads. You got to come up with the solution, and the solution comes from here. After each delivery, you have to reflect and come up with a better plan to cope the bowler's plan. The next thing, because this is such a mental draining sort of process, then you need to again relax. And relaxing can be, going through square leg umpire, just tapping down the wicket, just in your head you're switching off, and then you're coming back in. That's where you need to be again really switched on. Make sure reset your stance, everything, you're ready, and then refocus. Make sure you got all the energy in the world to tackle that delivery. And my theory was, before every delivery I face, I always tell myself, watch the ball, win this ball, win this ball, win this ball, like that. So it keeps me going. So you play one ball at a time, and I'm sure you're going to score a lot of runs. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, Center of Excellence Cricket Friend.